Have you ever thought about starting your own podcast? When we were trying to get this podcast off the ground, we had so many questions. How do we record an episode? Where do we find background music? How do we get our show on Apple Podcasts, Spotify, and all the other places that people like to listen? And where do we find advertisers? The answer to every one of these questions is really simple. Anchor. Anchor is a one-stop shop for recording, hosting, distributing, and monetizing your podcast. And best of all, it's 100% free and 100% ridiculously easy to use. Anchor makes it simple to get up and running. You can upload and schedule your podcasts ahead of time. It publishes to all the major podcast platforms. You can easily check your stats. I could go on, but instead, why don't you go and get started? Go to anchor.fm/start to join the e-commerce minute and a diverse community of podcasters already using Anchor. That's anchor.fm/start. We can't wait to hear your podcast.
It's the E-commerce Minute, your daily dose of e-commerce, tech, and retail news with your hosts, Bart Mraz and John Suter. The E-commerce Minute is a production of Sumo Heavy, a digital commerce consulting firm in Brooklyn, New York, and Philadelphia. Find us on the web at sumoheavy.com. It's E-commerce Minute, episode 233.
In today's episode, PayPal gets deep into Google.
Google has made some changes this past year to their payment services under Google Pay to make transactions more frictionless and more widely used. Now Google is taking it a step further and adding deep integration with PayPal. When users add PayPal to the Google Play accounts, they'll be able to pay for things using PayPal without logging in and having to leave the Googles. The integration will cover apps like Gmail, Google Store, YouTube, and Google Pay. It will also cover peer-to-peer transfers. Payment companies are in constant battle for a user's attention. Having another seamless route for payments benefits consumers who may be used to online payments, but may not want to set up yet another account and prefer to use their own flavor of payment systems. It also benefits Google, as they'll most likely see more completed transactions. The service is expected to go live later this year.
I just laugh when big companies announce, "Oh, it's going to go live this year."
I know.
Can you just launch it without saying anything?
You know what's funny? Because a lot of this stuff comes across my radar. It's a little bit of a tangent. Comes across my radar, and we do a story on it. And then when I'm scrambling for stories in the middle of the night, I'm like, "Oh, this looks really interesting." I'm like, "Oh, this is the thing that they're launching that we reported on 6 months ago."
Right.
So look forward to another report on this in probably September when it launches.
It's just silly sometimes. Okay.
It's all PR, buddy.
Yeah.
You know why they do it.
Great for Google, great for PayPal. I mean, PayPal is used a lot, for everything, which is great. Although I think with Amazon Pay and Google Pay and stuff like that, the shopping experience has become better. And one-click shopping, because Amazon no longer has that patent, has become quicker. So that might change PayPal's world. So they definitely have to integrate into more things.
Yeah, and you're going to see strange bedfellows, commingling with each other. You can't have siloed payments anymore, and that's good and it's bad. It's good for the consumer if the process is seamless. It's bad when, and I'll always give the example of when you go to the checkout counter and there's 15 different methods of payment. It gets a little cluttered, and that's really just from a usability and just everything just looks so cluttered. But the moral of the story is that seamless transactions, everybody wins. Obviously the payment guys are going to win big on this.
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, anytime you deal with payments, you always win on all that stuff.
Yeah. So as you said, Amazon, they win here because they have probably the easiest way to shop. In fact, I would say almost too easy. One-click shopping.
What would you buy last night?
It's pretty dangerous. I like books, and I'm always adding books to cart, and sometimes it doesn't go add to cart. It goes buy now, and all of a sudden the book shows up. Not a bad thing. It's not like I ordered a cat online or something or a grill.
Wait. Did you say cat?
You can order cats online. Pretty sure. Can we check that?
I don't think I'm surprised by anything you can order online, sir.
So, what are the other guys doing? So, do you ever use Microsoft Pay?
No. Wait, Microsoft has a payment?
Microsoft Pay.
What?
They had to come up with their own answer. So they recently integrated it into Outlook with Stripe. So they're kind of doing the same thing.
Yeah.
But yeah, I mean, look at PayPal. They bought iZettle last week. So, I think there's going to be not a consolidation, but we're going to see a lot of people joining up just to try to, split up that big piece of pie that's out there.
That is true. Absolutely.
You got anything else?
Nope. That is it, sir.
That is it. All right. That's your e-commerce minute for today. We'll see you on the internet tomorrow. That's it for today's show. If you like the show, do us a favor and subscribe or leave us a review on iTunes. And don't forget, you can now listen to the e-commerce minute on your Amazon device. Just add e-commerce minute to your flash briefing. And finally, if you have a comment or suggestion or just want to say hi, find us on social media at Sumo Heavy.